History textbooks often begin civilization with Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Indus Valley. But long before many recorded societies, advanced civilizations existed and disappeared without explanation. One of the most striking examples is Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey. Dated to around 9600 BCE, it is older than Stonehenge by over 6,000 years. What shocked archaeologists was that it was built by hunter-gatherers, not farmers. This discovery overturned the long-held belief that agriculture came before organized religion or monumental architecture. Instead, it suggested that shared belief systems may have created civilization itself. Another forgotten culture is the Norte Chico civilization of Peru. Existing around 3000 BCE, it had large urban centers, but no evidence of warfare, weapons, or fortifications. Even more puzzling, they built cities without pottery or writing, tools historians once thought were essential for complex societies. Their economy relied heavily on fishing, challenging the idea that agriculture alone fuels civilization. Then there's Dwarka, a submerged city off the coast of India, referenced in ancient texts like the Mahabharata. Underwater archaeology has uncovered stone structures and walls that suggest an advanced coastal city, possibly dating back thousands of years. If confirmed, it would blur the line between mythology and history. These civilizations were not primitive experiments. They were sophisticated societies that mastered architecture, social organization, and belief systems. Their disappearance reminds us that human progress is not a straight line. Entire worlds have risen and vanished, leaving behind fragments that challenge what we think we know about our origins. History is often written by the victors, and inconvenient truths rarely survive unedited. One such truth involves the massive destruction of knowledge that occurred during the burning of the Library of Alexandria. Rather than a single fire, historians now believe it was destroyed gradually through religious and political conflicts. Ancient texts on astronomy, medicine, and engineering, some possibly centuries ahead of their time, were lost forever. What humanity forgot may have delayed scientific progress by generations. Another silenced chapter is the role of African civilizations in global development. The Kingdom of Mali, under Mansa Musa, was so wealthy in the 14th century that his pilgrimage to Mecca caused gold inflation across North Africa and the Middle East. Mali had universities, libraries, and advanced trade networks, yet it is barely mentioned in standard curricula. Colonial history also hides darker truths. In the Congo Free State, King Leopold II of Belgium ran one of the most brutal regimes in history. Millions died from forced labor, starvation, and punishment. Yet for decades, this was framed as a civilizing mission. The truth only surfaced due to whistleblowers and activists. These stories are often minimized because they disrupt comfortable narratives. They reveal that progress has frequently been built on exploitation and erased voices. Understanding these hidden truths isn't about guilt, it's about honesty. Only by acknowledging what was hidden can we understand how power, propaganda, and silence shape history. When people think of major wars, they recall world wars or famous empires clashing. But some of history's deadliest conflicts are almost never taught. The Taiping Rebellion in 19th century China killed an estimated 20 to 30 million people, making it one of the deadliest wars in human history, more than World War I. Led by a man who believed he was the brother of Jesus Christ, it combined religious extremism with social revolution. Yet it is rarely discussed outside Asia. Another forgotten conflict is the 30 Years' War, 1618 to 1648, which devastated Central Europe. Entire regions lost up to a third of their population due to violence, famine, and disease. It reshaped Europe's political and religious landscape, yet it's often reduced to a footnote in classrooms. Even more obscure are the Banana Wars, a series of U.S. military interventions in Central America and the Caribbean during the early 20th century. These were fought to protect corporate interests not national defense, and influenced modern foreign policy tactics. Their legacy still affects regional politics today. The reason these wars fade from memory is simple. They complicate heroic national narratives. Remembering them forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about ideology, economics, and human cost. History isn't just shaped by famous battles. It's shaped by the suffering we choose to forget. History books celebrate kings, generals, and presidents. But real change often comes from ordinary people whose names were erased. Take Claudette Colvin, a 15-year-old black girl who refused to give up her bus seat 9 months before Rosa Parks. Civil rights leaders feared her age and background would weaken the case, so history moved on without her. Another example is Vasily Arkhipov, a Soviet naval officer during the Cuban Missile Crisis. When his submarine was surrounded by U.S. forces, 2 senior officers voted to launch a nuclear torpedo. Arkhipov refused, preventing what could have been nuclear war. His decision saved millions, yet he received no recognition for decades. Women inventors have also been erased. Hedy Lamarr, a Hollywood actress, co-invented frequency-hopping technology during World War II, the foundation for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Her contribution was ignored because she was seen only as a celebrity. These stories reveal that history isn't just shaped by power, it's shaped by courage, conscience, and quiet resistance. By remembering these forgotten individuals, we reclaim a more truthful past, one where ordinary people mattered, and still do.